Hello, my name's Joe Johnson and I've been actively involved in research into natural remedies for over 20 years. If you've got muscle pain, then you need to really listen because this crucial short video will directly affect you. What I've discovered about stopping muscle pain quickly, it's cutting edge and it just might be the untapped resource that you've been looking for. I'm going to show you how simple it is to quickly reduce and even stop muscle pain, and just as importantly, how to switch on and speed up your body's own natural healing mechanisms without risking your health to expensive and useless and even dangerous drugs. Now, Emma Williams, the editor on this site, has urged me to share with you details of a discovery that I've made about muscle pain. One that gets rid of your muscle pain very, very quickly. So, if you do have muscle pain, what is actually going on? Well, if you could think of it like this, whether through normal wear and tear, or a strain, or toxicity build-up, or through an unfortunate accident, your muscle may be damaged in some way and need repairing. Now, your body is more than capable of repairing the damage. After all, your body made the muscle in the first place. But it always assumed that your muscle would last you a lifetime. So, apart from the usual biochemical and cellular replacements that take place on a moment-by-moment basis, your body's healing mechanism is normally not in a rush to focus on structural damage. So, if you have a muscle problem, and you're suffering from pain, discomfort and misery, you need to somehow stimulate your body's healing mechanism into focusing on and repairing your muscles. And unless you find a way to stimulate your body's healing mechanisms without damaging your body's delicate chemical balance, then sooner or later you may end up losing the mobility in that muscle altogether. I also want you to consider this. If you've been stressed, maybe overworked, or taken drugs, including painkillers and anti-inflammatories, then your body's healing mechanisms become slightly weaker. And that is often enough for the healing mechanism to be interrupted or even stopped altogether. And to make things even worse, if you use these same painkillers and anti-inflammatories to kill the pain around your muscles, you'll have to swallow them, which means that the whole of your body's healing mechanisms is now shocked and weakened even more by the toxic impact of these powerful pain-killing chemicals. This is why painkillers or anti-inflammatories, they do appear to work for a day or two, but then your muscle pain problem, it seems to come back worse than ever before. And in case you are in any doubt about the danger of modern painkillers, like anti-inflammatories, or sometimes called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, according to a recent report by eminent US doctors, and you can see the proof below, in the United States alone, the total number of deaths caused by conventional medicine, like painkillers, like anti-inflammatories, it's an astounding 784,000 people every single year. That's about 2,200 people a day. So it's now evident that the American medical system is the leading cause of death and injury in the United States. And that's the eminent doctors saying that, not me. So, I was desperate to find a way of reducing and even stopping your muscle pain, and at the same time stimulating your body's healing mechanism into healing the muscle pain as fast as possible. But I had to do it without harming or damaging you in any way. And that was why I did my research. You see, human beings with muscle pain have been around for tens of thousands of years. Pharmaceutical companies have been around about 100 years, and they don't want you to know what your ancestors knew about muscle pain. So my first step in research is always to go back into history and have a look what my ancestors knew. Now, After a lot of reading, and I don't mean the usual herbalist research books, I mean, whilst I can't reveal my sources, I've got secret access to some of the very best herbalist remedy books on the planet. Now, these books mostly are kept hidden away by rich collectors, private libraries, specialist libraries, and some wonderful books are kept hidden away by the drug companies themselves. I've also got access to books that modern science believes are not worth looking at. Now, these books are written by people who've got zero medical qualifications, but people who've lived in the wilds of nature and have learned and practiced the secrets of Mother Nature each and every day of their lives. Now, these people, they've had herbal remedies passed down from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next. And it was in one of these books that I found the clues to an ancient cure for muscle pain. I was in a ramshackle bookshop, and it was just behind the harbour in the port of Antibes, and that's in southern France. Now, the book I was looking at was over 200 years old. Now, my French isn't very good, but fortunately, most botanical books are written in Latin, and my Latin isn't that good either, but I knew enough to recognise the plants' names. But I was puzzled. You see, there were several interesting, amazing remedies in that particular book, but this remedy stood out. The remedy I found was for swelling and injury of the muscle. And yet the plants I read about I'd never considered for use for muscle pain problems. You know, I took note of the type of the plants used, where they're best found, and the ratio and the mixture and preparation, and anything else that I could think about that might help me make this remedy. Now, of course, I'd heard of these herbs before, and I've used them many times before, but I had no idea then that once they were mixed in the right combination, they would stimulate such an incredible pain relieving effect and an incredible healing effect directly into the aching muscle. I knew that up till now that most natural remedies for muscle pain are nothing more than a mild stimulant, which they warm up the skin, they stimulate the blood flow to the joint or the muscle, but they simply don't affect the pain levels or the healing mechanism to any degree at all. They sometimes help a little, but for muscle pain, they simply don't work, and they're just not strong enough. Now, I expected my research to last about 6 to 12 months, but I had a 100% proven remedy in 6 weeks. Now, I wanted to test it for longer, but my conscience just wouldn't let me, because every single client with muscle pain was reporting amazing results, sometimes in just a few hours. Now, this remedy has been proven countless times now to quickly reduce muscle pain. Not only that, it rapidly speeds up the healing time of the painful aching muscles. So, how do you use this remedy? Well, it's very simple. You simply massage a few drops of it. It's a clear, pleasant smelling oil directly onto your aching muscles, and it'll take you about 10 seconds. Now, you do that 3 times a day. And finally, and this is important, you put a few drops onto the soles of your feet at bedtime. And that's it. It's that easy. So your speedy healing will then begin. The pain levels that you're experiencing will come down very quickly. So hopefully you'll no longer need those powerful pain-killing drugs that slaughter your already tired immune system. Excuse me. Now, I've made the remedy so that it's simple and it's easy and it's convenient to use. It's very concentrated, so it'll last you a very long time. It's pleasant smelling, it's an oily liquid. Now, it doesn't look like much, but this remedy really does pack a wallop. You'll suddenly feel your muscles improving. Within a few hours of using it, you'll know that your muscle is feeling different and it's getting better. And you'll soon have the mobility back in your muscle. And hopefully, as I say, saying goodbye to painkillers for good. Your muscle will be returning to health, and that's what you want. This is a convenient, easy to use remedy, which means that you don't have to spend your day making expensive and time consuming appointments with therapists and doctors and all that kind of thing, or discussing your problems with strangers in the drugstore. Now, it is just a small bottle, it's very concentrated, but it's a small bottle have a pleasant smelling herbal liquid, and this bottle will fit easily into your pocket or into your purse. Now, you can dab a few drops onto your aching muscles during the day. The choice of how you use the remedy is up to you, but just use it regularly and especially at bedtime. Now, I plan to launch the remedy called Muscle Pain Doctor with advertising and fancy packaging and all of that through my small network of distributors, but I never got the chance because word quickly spread about the results that I was getting with this muscle pain remedy. Patients and herbalists came here to my practice and literally demanded I make it for them. You see, but it wasn't so simple because I've tested a lot of different herbs, and the only organic herbs which consistently stopped the muscle pain came from the Middle East. Now, in these war-torn, struggling times, can you imagine how hard it is to import a shipment of herbs from the Middle East? So, to say my ingredient supply is in the lap of the gods, well, it's an understatement. So, I recently had enough ingredients for just 3 batches. Now, I make each batch by hand myself, and I've measured them, I've weighed them, and I've mixed the ingredients myself. I've blended the ingredients together myself, so don't worry about that. The Muscle Pain Doctor remedy I make are of the highest quality. Now, I've handed over 2 of these batches to my trusted friend Emma Williams. And if you have muscle pain, then I strongly suggest that you get this remedy called Muscle Pain Doctor before the supplies run out and before you inadvertently harm yourself with any more painkillers. Like I said earlier, this remedy packs a wallop. You will feel your muscles improving. Within a few hours of using it, you'll know your muscle feels different and it's getting better. So, but you must hurry, however. I normally only give this remedy to my personal clients and to fellow herbalists. I've never committed a single batch of Muscle Pain Doctor to anyone else before. Now, Emma's begged me not to let the other herbalists or online stores know what we were up to till she had the stock. Well, she's got it now and it's going faster than we both imagined. So if you mess around or think you're going to come back later, or you may miss out. And if you've got muscle pain, then that would be a horrible mistake. So don't let that happen. This is big for anyone with muscle pain. See, the result is you being free of muscle pain and being able to move pain-free once more, and that's it. So have a good look at the testimonials below and see how the Muscle Pain Doctor has helped men and women across the country get rid of their muscle pain very fast. So maybe you've got a few understandable seeds of doubt, and that's fair enough. Because after all, you don't know me. So let me put your mind at rest so that you can experience the Muscle Pain Doctor remedy for yourself completely risk-free. So you can try this Muscle Pain Doctor remedy risk-free for 90 days. You don't risk a single penny trying this remedy for yourself. You've got a complete ironclad 90-day unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. But the clear and simple truth about this remedy is this. You see, this remedy, it's a breakthrough. So if it doesn't quickly, easily first reduce and then get rid of your muscle pain, or if you're not completely satisfied in any way at all, then I insist you send this remedy back to Emma in any condition, and she will personally make sure that you get a fast and full refund of every penny that you've paid for the remedy. No questions asked and no hassle, and you can keep all the bonus books as a thanks for trying the remedy. You've got my word on that. Okay, so how much will this Muscle Pain Doctor remedy cost you? Well, I normally charge my clients $200 for an appointment plus $170 for the remedy because it is handmade and it is organic. But because you don't have to have an appointment with me, and appointments with me are pretty hard to get anyway, and plus we're not using my offices, we're not using my staff, we're not using all the other expenses, I've agreed with Emma that we can afford to give you a 50% discount on this muscle pain doctor remedy. That means that you can get this remedy for just $87 plus $5 shipping. That means you're going to save over $280. And not only that, Emma's literally manhandled me into giving you an additional gift, a bonus book set of ebooks, and they're valued at $127. And they can go to the first 100 people who try the muscle pain doctor remedy. So you can see the details of those books below. And those books alone are worth more than the price of the remedy. So this is the first time, and maybe the last time, that the muscle doctor remedy has been sold for less than $170. Now, $87 is less than the price of useless and dangerous painkillers, and it's less than the price of a visit to the doctor. So order the remedy right now, whilst Emma's still got the stock, and whilst you're still on this page. It's completely risk-free for you. So simply click on the link below. Emma's going to look after you, and if you've got any questions at all about muscle pain or about this muscle pain remedy, then you can write to me at any time. So click on the link below and we'll get the remedy out into the post to you today. Remember, it's completely risk-free. And I look forward to helping you get rid of your muscle pains for good. Okay, bye for now.